I was like first he was scared for him, but now then he was like, yo, when we gonna get a chance to, to kick it, like we can just hang out. Like, we gotta kick it. Oh, okay. Telling me we gotta kick it. He's like, yo, why don't we like do a shopping? Like I paid for it. I was like, this time, I got the away from him, but I was like,
the latest development in their rivalry may involve a connection to the infamous island that was once owned by disgraced financier Jeffrey Epstein. Over the years, 50 Cent has never refrained from taking shots at Diddy. Their ongoing feud has been marked by numerous jaw-dropping incidents that have captivated fans and the media alike. The latest release of court records connected to the infamous Diddy has sparked a frenzy online when 50 Cent divulged shocking information about him. Jeffrey has caused a stir on the internet about the significance of these recently revealed documents. Investigating Jeffrey's sinister past is crucial. Epstein's millionaire during a police investigation into stars in Palm Beach, Florida. Back in 2005, Epstein, who is well known for his connections to wealthy individuals, politicians, celebrities, and academics, was accused of paying a 14-year-old girl for sleeping, a bombshell revelation that shocked society. Epstein was accused of many terrible things, and the resulting legal struggle exposed the whole extent of his wrongdoings. Epstein's case garnered a lot of attention because of his associations with prominent people, including politicians and Hollywood elites. Many wealthy and prominent people were part of Epstein's social circle, and Diddy was no exception. Over the years, 50 Cent has frequently attacked. Diddy's attacks have only become worse lately. Their feud heated up when 50 Cent attacked Diddy on social media for his purported involvement with Cafe D and Tupac Shakur's murder. Tupac and Suge Knight on the night of Tupac's murder were featured in a provocative Instagram photo by 50 Cent. The caption read, "Damn, so Pac got lined up by Brother Love, lol. Time to lawyer up might get sticky." Fans in the media took notice of this tweet right away, sparking a flurry of rumors and debate, but 50 Cent didn't stop there. A few days later, he took his mocking to a new level by posting a video on Instagram with Kef ID, the man who was detained on suspicion of killing. In the video, "I was on top of the world until I met your ass." Kef ID is shown begging Diddy for help, asking, "Brother, show some love." This video fanned suspicions and escalated the already intense conflict between 50 Cent and Diddy. Although the veracity of decent statements regarding Diddy's alleged role in Tupac's murder is still unknown, the impact these charges have had on the ongoing enmity between these two rap icons cannot be denied. They startled the hip-hop community and ignited a heated debate among fans. During one of his shows, 50 Cent again targeted Diddy, criticizing the rapper's embraces and making contentious remarks regarding Diddy's orientation in an uncensored tirade on stage. This provocative statement not only caught the attention of the crowd, but also sparked reactions. Some fans found it amusing and laughed, while others were taken aback by the explicit nature of 50 Cent's remarks. Regardless, it was clear that 50 Cent was unafraid to call out Diddy on a public platform and express his opinions, no matter how controversial. "That's why I won't be going to their puff parties. I'll hug you from the front and back at the same time. Look, if you're into that, you're into that. I'm fine with it, to each his own." In addition to bringing attention to the private and public nature of their arguments, it also demonstrated 50 Cent's willingness to step outside the box and elicit responses with his raw and frequently shocking remarks. Before the aforementioned incidents, 50 Cent had already voiced his misgivings about Diddy in an interview on Drink Champ. When 50 Cent recalled the conversation, he said, "Yo, when are we going to get a chance to kick it? We could just hang out. Why don't we like to go shopping? I'll pay for it." 50 Cent then revealed a conversation in which Diddy had asked him to go shopping together. However, 50 Cent sensed that there might be ulterior motives behind the invitation. After this exchange, 50 Cent wasn't sure what Diddy wanted from him. 50 Cent recently shared a story about the dynamics of his relationship with Diddy, revealing his caution and reluctance to get involved in potentially troublesome activities. This led him to decline the invitation because he had suspicions about deeper mistrust between the two rappers, which suggested underlying tensions and hidden agendas. 50 Cent thought back on these concerns, When asked about it on The Breakfast Club, Diddy even chuckled and joked that he believed he needed new clothes, suggesting that he was unfazed by the rumors. He denied any misconduct and said, "I'm a nice guy," but did he admit that he might have acted improperly when he played the pause game, a habit that was allegedly started by. However, he adamantly stated that 50 Cent's comment about being fruity was not malicious, but rather Diddy framed it as a gesture of affection. "I harbor no ill will towards him if he cares about me." Harlem is a place where people pause to deflect any unintentional insinuations of homosexuality. Despite their ongoing public exchanges, Diddy boldly declared that he was confident in this statement. Sadly, DJ Envy, one of The Breakfast Club's hosts, was not persuaded. He challenged Diddy, asking if he genuinely believed that 50 Cent's actions were motivated by love. "Hold on, you can't see that he loves me. You really think that's hate?" Diddy said, defending his position. "You've known for a long time that he loves me," he added. In a 2014 interview with Power 105, Diddy made it plain that he had no ill will toward 50 Cent while still recognizing their differences, saying, "We are not the same. We are not cut from the same cloth." 150 he freely and fearlessly criticized Diddy's career and partnerships, implying that artists may find Diddy to be a dead end and that their success would be short-lived if they worked with him. Shortly after dismissing Diddy's Angels LP as subpar, 50 Cent questioned why singers would choose to work with Diddy, citing instances where their careers failed. In addition, 50 Cent claimed that during his career, Diddy has continuously relied on affiliation with famous personalities, most notably Biggie Small, to highlight examples of how important it is to associate oneself with substantial institutions. In order to cast doubt on Diddy's significance and influence in the industry, 50 Cent aimed to undermine his ability to support and uphold the careers of the artists he partnered with. In 2006, 50 Cent escalated the feud by releasing a diss track called The Bomb, which specifically targeted Diddy over the hip-hop beat from Dead Press. 50 Cent delivered precise and poignant lyrics. The Bomb was loaded with allegations and stinging jabs. Pointed directly at Diddy, 50 Cent added, "Puffy knows who hit that man. That's why he is scared the boys from the West Side will break him off and dump on his ass, so he runs to Harlem." It was a direct jab against Diddy. "Shake him off." The song's lyrics implied that Diddy knew about Biggie Small's murder and that he was afraid of West Coast retaliation. Additionally, 50 Cent wasn't afraid to criticize Diddy's social circle lifestyle, saying, "I guess this means I won't be invited to the white parties in the Hamptons." Before moving on to Mace, another artist connected to Diddy, the song was a direct attack on Diddy, showing 50 his songwriting in 2010. This diss track intensified their feud and demonstrated 50 Cent's skill at using music as a powerful tool in their ongoing conflict. 50 Cent took his feud with Diddy to a new level on social media when he started the RIPB petition. In it, he accused Diddy of making money off of the late rapper Notorious Big, also known as Biggie Small. In it, he vented his frustration by saying that Biggie Small's name should never have been associated with Diddy's prosperity. The petition sought to raise awareness and support for what 50 Cent saw as Diddy's exploitation of Biggie's legacy for his own gain, rather than paying tribute to him in 2021 during a headlining performance in a noisy, rumbling New York when 50 Cent started a petition to question Diddy's allegiance to his late friend and contest his connection to Biggie's legacy. He garnered a lot of momentum and support from fans. This action further heightened their ongoing feud, highlighted the long-standing hostility between the two rap icons during the performance. 50 Cent made a daring statement by first appearing on stage in a shiny gray jacket that was reminiscent of the shiny suits Diddy popularized in the 1990s. However, he quickly changed his outfit and immediately tore off the jacket, addressing the audience upon realizing it was similar to Diddy's iconic style. 50 Cent outlined his choice. "You know why I threw that jacket away? Because it made me appear puffed up." 50 Cent made it apparent that he wanted to break away from anything related to Diddy, including his style preferences. Given 50 Cent's history of criticizing Diddy on issues affecting hip-hop culture or the general livelihood itself, it wouldn't be surprising if 50 were to criticize him for having visited Epstein's island in the first place. This incident highlighted the depth of their feud and demonstrated the lengths to which 50 Cent was willing to go to assert his individuality and independence. Some have previously conjectured that Diddy's desire for power, together with Epstein's well-known status among socialites, may have motivated Diddy to make contacts, which he purportedly did through his relationship with Ronald Burkle, whom he called his Googer daddy.
Allegations that Diddy is a predator and a speculation of what he did to Usher and Justin Bieber, a former intern makes disturbing claims. The intern alleges that 3 to 4 months into their internship, it abruptly ended after the intern refused to spend a night over at Diddy's.
Spoke to my family member, like, well, what happened? And they wouldn't say.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why did it end? They wouldn't say. And years later, they finally came out, it was a male, and said that Puff had said, come home, stay.
As we delve deeper into this shocking story, it's important to note that Burkle, who is well known for his accomplishments in the grocery store industry and for his time as a part owner of the Pittsburgh Penguins, maintained a close relationship with former President Bill Clinton. Burkle's wealth is estimated to be an astounding $3 billion, according to Forbes, and his considerable influence and wealth add a further layer of intrigue to the accusations against him. Additionally, his close relationship with Diddy is remarkable. What about Jeffrey Epstein? Diddy's coming-out celebration was notably held at Ron Burrell's mansion. Burkle had contributed $100 million to Shedjin for retail development and remained Diddy's primary venture capitalist. Beginning his career as a classroom teacher at the prestigious Dalton School in New York City, Epstein moved into finance in the 1970s, first working for Stearns before founding J. Epstein & Company in 1982. Epstein's company catered to a clientele with more than $1 billion in assets, representing him as an ultra-wealthy person's financial advisor. Beyond his wealthy clientele, Epstein stood out for operating his business out of the U.S. Virgin Islands due to tax benefits, which gave his operations an air of secrecy. Despite Epstein's opulent lifestyle in a large townhouse and significant donations to charities and institutions, the source of his wealth remained mysterious. He was frequently referred to as a billionaire, though Forbes disputed this, claiming that his true worth was a fraction of that when Epstein passed away. Epstein's estimated net worth was $577 million, according to a will he signed 2 days earlier. His wealth and mysterious persona fueled curiosity about him, and his connections to powerful people in a variety of fields, celebrities, politicians, even royalty, kept rumors about the extent of his power alive. However, Epstein's criminal past overshadowed his reputation in 2008 when he entered a guilty plea to soliciting prostitution involving a minor, felony charge that led to an 18-month prison sentence, of which he served only 13. During his incarceration, Epstein was granted work release, which allowed him to leave jail 6 days a week in order to work in an office outside of prison walls. He was also required to register as an offender. The plea agreement Epstein received was closely monitored, particularly after the crimes he had committed were made public by investigative reporter Julie K. Brown's series of articles in the Miami Herald, which exposed the influential figures.
Convicted pedophile in Florida who died in jail in 2019 before he could face federal charges. More than 1,600 pages were released today. That's on top of the 100 releases in the previous 2 days.
Despite the gravity of his crimes, the revelation infuriated the public and raised questions about the impartiality of the court system. After Epstein successfully navigated the legal system to secure a relatively light sentence, many began to wonder about the extent of his connections and the potential consequences of his associations with powerful individuals. On July 8, 2019, federal prosecutors made a significant advancement in their case when they charged Jeffrey Epstein with 1 count of trafficking of a juvenile and 1 count of conspiracy to commit trafficking. Charges brought to light the disturbing elements of Epstein's purported transgressions, which, according to his indictment, included abusing and exploiting scores of young girls for dubious purposes. His illicit activities lasted for several years and were carried out, among other locations, in his homes in Manhattan, New York, and Palm Beach, Florida. The prosecution stated that Epstein not only mistreated these females, but also allegedly paid some of his victims to locate new girls to take advantage of in a similar way following his detention. Prosecutors from the federal government examined Epstein's New York, living in a city. Detectives conducting the inquiry made the distressing discovery that some of the victims were, shockingly, as young as 14 years old. They also discovered pictures of young girls in their underwear. These revelations lend credence to the seriousness of Epstein's charges and the extent of his alleged transgressions. EP was kept behind bars until his trial, but before it could start, the world was horrified to hear that the court had denied him bail despite his plea of not guilty, citing him as a flight risk and a community danger. On August 10, 2019, Epstein was found unresponsive in his cell. The New York City medical examiner ruled that his death was a suicide. The circumstances surrounding his death generated a great deal of interest and a great deal of conjecture, according to the Federal Bureau of Prisons. The official account of Epstein's death described the events leading up to the discovery of his deceased body. It stated that Epstein was discovered unresponsive in the Metropolitan Correctional Center's Special Housing Unit in New York City.
Lived in some of these famous faces that he was associated with. There was an employee of his who gave a deposition in the case, and what he testified to is that he recalled having dinner with Donald Trump at Jeffrey Epstein's in his kitchen in Palm Beach. He also testified that he met Bill Clinton on a plane, and on a different plane trip he met Prince Andrew. Now, Trump and Bill Clinton have not been accused of any wrongdoing in this case, and Clinton's team has said he has not.
Immediate life-saving measures were initiated, and Jeffrey Epstein was quickly transported to a local hospital for treatment. Despite these efforts, Epstein was pronounced dead by hospital staff. In response, the FBI launched an investigation to uncover the truth behind the circumstances surrounding his apparent suicide. However, Dr. Michael Baden, a renowned forensic pathologist working for Epstein's brother Mark, cast doubt on the official ruling. Dr. Baden claimed that Epstein's injuries were more consistent with homicidal strangulation than suicide. This conflicting opinion added another layer of complexity to the already perplexing case. Dr. Barbara Sampson, the chief medical examiner of New York City, disputed Dr. Baden's claim and stood by her initial ruling of suicide. The contradictory expert opinions further obscured the circumstances of Epstein's death, prompting skepticism and fostering conspiracy theories. Epstein's demise effectively terminated the criminal proceedings against him, denying him the opportunity to stand trial and confront justice for his purported crimes. Nonetheless, several of his accusers have pursued civil litigation against his estate, aiming for accountability and resolution. One of the most captivating facets of Jeffrey Epstein's narrative revolves around his expansive and prominent social circle. He had cultivated connections with influential figures across politics, entertainment, and even royalty, adding further complexity to the already shocking narrative surrounding his life and crimes. One notable individual in Epstein's social circle was former President Bill Clinton, with whom Epstein had a relationship spanning several years. Clinton was known to have flown on Epstein's private plane, famously dubbed the Lolita Express. Another significant figure associated with Epstein was former President Donald Trump. In a 2002 interview, Trump described Epstein as a terrific guy who enjoyed the company of beautiful women, some of whom were on the younger side. This association has added to the public intrigue and scrutiny of Epstein's relationships and activities. The Epstein case has captivated public attention due to its many shocking elements, the high-profile individuals involved, the serious nature of the crimes alleged, and the mysterious circumstances surrounding his death. Despite his death, the legal battles continue as his victims seek justice through civil litigation, aiming to hold his estate accountable. The conflicting expert opinions on his cause of death and his connections with powerful individuals have fueled conspiracy theories and ongoing debates about the true nature of Epstein's demise and his criminal activities. However, Trump later distanced himself from Epstein, stating they had a falling out and hadn't spoken in 15 years. Epstein's associations extended beyond American politics to include British royalty, particularly Prince Andrew, the Duke of York and son of Queen Elizabeth II. Epstein and Prince Andrew first met in 1999 and developed a relationship that drew attention. In 2010, despite Epstein being a convicted offender, they were photographed together in Central Park. The nature of their relationship remained somewhat unclear, but their association garnered significant scrutiny after Epstein's arrest and subsequent death. Prince Andrew released statements condemning Epstein's alleged crimes and expressing his strong disapproval of any form of exploitation. However, his own association with Epstein faced intense scrutiny. In a candid interview with Newsnight, Prince Andrew addressed his relationship with Epstein, denying accusations of misconduct involving one of Epstein's alleged victims, Virginia Giuffre. The interview drew extensive criticism, leading Prince Andrew to later withdraw from his royal duties. Epstein's network extended beyond politics and royalty, encompassing prominent figures in the entertainment industry. Among them was British socialite Ghislaine Maxwell, not only Epstein's former girlfriend but also his longtime associate. Maxwell held a significant position in Epstein's life and allegedly played a role in his trafficking activities. In July 2020, Maxwell was arrested on charges connected to Epstein's crimes. In June 2022, she was convicted on 5 of 6 charges and received a 20-year prison sentence. The high-profile social circle connected to Epstein only heightened public fascination with his story, prompting inquiries into the extent of his influence and the potential ramifications of his associations with influential individuals. Epstein's connections with powerful people, from former presidents to royalty and celebrities, have fueled ongoing debates and conspiracy theories about the true nature of his activities and the protection he may have enjoyed. Despite his death, the legal and social ramifications of Epstein's actions continue to unfold. His victims have pursued civil litigation against his estate, seeking justice and accountability. The conflicting expert opinions on his cause of death and his high-profile relationships further complicate the narrative, making Epstein's case one of the most intriguing and controversial of recent times. As the investigations and court cases proceed, the public remains captivated by the revelations and implications of Epstein's extensive and influential network. His story continues to prompt critical questions about power, privilege, and justice, underscoring the profound impact of his life and crimes on those he victimized and the broader society. In 2024, newly revealed Jeffrey Epstein documents caused global shockwaves by exposing the names of A-listers linked to the disgraced financier's world of exploitation. The documents revealed Epstein offered rewards to refute Virginia Giuffre's allegations involving Stephen Hawking in an underage orgy. An email exchange between Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell showed his concerns about Giuffre's claims and his readiness to take extensive measures, including offering rewards, to contest them. The list included notable figures like Michael Jackson, Naomi Campbell, Kevin Spacey, and Chris Tucker. Despite not being named, Diddy's associations with Epstein drew attention and criticism.